Plaintiff Gary Rutherford says he doesn't know the defendant, and he doesn't care to. Gary claims one day he was at his local supermarket and out of nowhere the defendant body slammed him. As a result, Gary claims he sustained injuries, so he's suing for the assault. Defendant James Roosh says on the day in question, Gary was walking across the road, and after he falsely accused James of trying to hit him with his car, he bumped James's car. James claims he then got out of the vehicle and Gary threatened to hit him, so James simply pushed him to defend himself.
Start with you.
Well, sir, I don't know this man, and I don't care to know him. I went to my local supermarket, and he body slammed me. He just came right up on me and just slammed me to the ground.
Before I stop these people from laughing, how serious was your injury?
Well, I suffered a back contusion, sprained wrist, sprained thumb.
100% recovered, though?
Yes, I have. But,
were you hospitalized for any amount of time?
Well, I went to 2 hospitals. I went to a local hospital, then I went to the VA hospital. No, sir, they didn't.
So it wasn't that serious?
But the assault could have been more serious.
Could have been.
Could have been, yes.
But it wasn't.
No.
So y'all going to laugh now. Listen, I don't let them laugh at serious things that happen to people. But how old are you, sir?
77.
77. It does sound a little entertaining for a 77-year-old to just walk up to you and slam you. I think slamming is like when you pick the person up off the ground.
Yeah.
And then you drop them.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
230. Wow.
You can lift a 230?
Not lately.
Oh, that's... Not since age 50, huh? All right. All right, so continue to describe it. What did you find out was the reason he walked up to you?
I never did. I think he was having a bad day. Maybe his wife spent too much at the supermarket. I don't know.
Now you're about to get slammed again, talking about the man's wife. Talking about the man's wife. That's the wrong thing to do. That'll get you slammed every time. This is very interesting, sir. You think that the man just walked up to you for no reason, picked you up and slammed you. And you still have no idea why.
No, I don't.
You want to ask him today?
Well, sure. Why?
Sir?
You want me to tell my story?
Yes, sir. All
okay,
right. Let me hear
he's
from
not the nice guy he pretends like to be. I was leaving the grocery store when he was crossing the road. He got across, I was in my car. When he got across, he started verbally, you tried to hit me and you're this and you're that and all
That's not true, Your Honor.
Let him finish.
all kinds of abusive language. And then he bumped my car. With that, I put it in park, got out of my car, and went to the rear. When I got to the rear, he come up to me and says, "I'll hit you." And with that, being 77, and he is a little bit bigger than I am, quite a bit, and younger, I thought I had to protect myself rather than getting hit, so I shoved him.
Now, everything you said sounded believable, other than somebody walking up to you and saying, "I'll hit you." That's usually not how that goes. They either swing on you or they don't. They don't say anything. They don't say, "I'll hit you."
Yeah.
Now, if he said, "I'll bust you in your, you son of a," was it like that, maybe?
Well, put it this way, he came at me faster than he did go across the road.
So you didn't have to hear the language. You knew what it was.
Yeah, that's what I felt, yes.
Sir, you act like you didn't have any idea what happened that day.
Your Honor, I was 3 days away from having total knee surgery, and yes, I was moving slow, but the way he drove up on me in his vehicle, it's almost like he was trying to see how close he could get to me.
And then what did you do?
I didn't do, well, I said, "Hey, I'm trying to cross the street here, what's your problem?" Then I turned and went on toward the store, and then by the time I got to the back of his vehicle, he was there. And I turned, and he Went
He got out of his vehicle?
Yeah, he got out of the vehicle.
To do what?
I guess to slam me.
He wasn't in a parking spot?
No, he was in a roadway.
Sir,
That's right.
you stopped and got out of your car
Right.
without parking?
Well, I put it in park and got out. It wasn't.
In a parking space?
No, sir. This was in.
I know, but why
in
did
and
you
out.
stop and get out then?
Well, he banged my car. Did he do any damage to it? I didn't know.
He was ready to climb on top of me. I'm like a turtle on my back. I can't, my body's in shock.
Okay.
The police were called. There was a witness there that he threatened to witness.
Okay.
And charges were filed on him, and
Okay.
he agreed that, yeah, he was guilty.
Pled guilty?
Yes, he did.
All right, sir. You pled guilty. So what is your defense to
Okay.
assaulting him since you've pled guilty to it?
My defense is that I'm 77 years old and I understand I could have got prison time. So rather than taking a chance of me going to prison, I did what he asked, which was go to anger management and do civil service, and I paid for his first hospital visit.
Any reports that might indicate who did what?
Your Honor, I have a copy of the police report and both of the doctor bills.
Let's
that
see,
I went
because
through.
there's a presumption that you did it, sir, if you pled guilty to it.
Okay.
Police report.
Sir, you have to overcome the burden of proving that you didn't do it because you pled guilty. And that's not a sufficient defense. You pled guilty because you didn't want to go to jail. Everybody says that. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff. Bye-bye.
I'll tell you what.
Well, sir, you was wrong when you said that I cussed at you because, if anything else, I'm a Christian and I prayed for you.
You did?
And my pastor does know you.
He does? Did you pray for yourself?